Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lauren, and today I am going to be drawing books for my April TBR. So if you have never watched one of my TBR videos, basically how this works is that I pull my books out of a jar, and this is my jar. It has little origami stars in it. I believe these are called good luck stars or lucky stars or something like that, and they are color coded. So I know that, for example, every book that I added to my TBR in October is made on the same type of paper. And I like to do it this way to make sure that I'm cycling through books. If a book sits on my TBR for too long, I will completely lose interest in it. What I do is I draw out 5 books each month, which I generally read more than that. Usually I read about 7 or 8 books a month, but I like to have the flexibility to only have a set TBR of 5 books and then 2 or 3 more books that I can mood read if something just is really calling out to me or something sounds really good. So without further ado, let's draw some books. First draw. Oop, I lost a star. That's a bummer. Where is it? Where did it go? Right on the couch. One more time. First draw. Okay, how about we go for, let's go for this green one out front. Green star. Oh, all right, An Unkindness of Magicians. This, I am actually not entirely certain what this book is about. I think it has something to do with sort of an underground circle of magicians in maybe New York City or something. I actually heard of this book through Murphy's channel. She loves this book, and I thought that the cover was absolutely stunning, and I love stories that have to do with magicians. So yeah, An Unkindness of Magicians. All right, next draw. Let's do how about we do one of these dark pink stars? All right, here we go. Ooh, Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I have had this one on my list for quite some time, actually. And I recently read A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. And I've also read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And I really love the way that she writes. So this is actually, this is pretty exciting for me. Vicious, I think, has to do with, this is like a rivals story. A couple of, I think they may be college age maybe, who are friends, and then they're doing some sort of experiments that have to do with some sort of supernatural, has some sort of supernatural element to it, and then wind up being enemies. I'm the worst. I will leave some links down below to these books if you want to read more about them and see what they're about. Apologies for not describing them well. All right, third draw. Okay, how about, oh, that's plenty. How about we do, let's do a yellow. Third draw, yellow star. We've got The Library at Mount Char. Okay, cool. This is, I think I may have heard of this book through the channel Books and Lala, although I can't remember for sure. I know that this is supposed to be like a weird book, which is fine with me. I really enjoy weird books, and I've read a couple weird books lately. So one more weird book. I think this maybe has something to do with an orphanage or something, and sort of some strange goings on there. I know that I read an excerpt from it and thought it was very intriguing, the first chapter of it. So yeah, I'm pretty tickled to be reading The Library at Mount Char. All right, fourth draw. All right, how about let's grab, how about we do one of these little orange stars? All right. There it is. All right. The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. Oh my gosh, this is Oh man, I am just ecstatic to get this book. This book is about, I know it has something to do with a city that has a sentience to it. And I haven't read any N.K. Jemisin yet, but I know that she is just a science fiction powerhouse. And I know a lot of people who have read this book and absolutely loved it. So, The City We Became, N.K. Jemisin. Here we go, 5th and final draw. All right, how about let's do one of these little pink stars, the light pink star. Here it is. Ooh, Foundry Side. All right. I know this is a fantasy novel, and I'm pretty sure it is a heist novel. Basically, every booktuber that I love has read this book, and the vast majority of them have seemed to really enjoy Foundry Side. So awesome. I am thrilled to be reading this next month. So those are the 5 books that I will be reading this month. As well as those 5, I am going to be reading a book for the Buzzword-a-thon, which I'll put my card up here and you can see all of the prompts for the year and the books that I've read so far. So for April, I need to also read a book that has something to do with space or space terms, space words, whatever. So I have a few books that I am interested in reading and am considering for the Buzzword-a-thon. A couple of those include Do You Dream of Terra 2, which Terra is another word for Earth. The entire Wayfarer series, actually, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. There's also a Closed and Common Orbit, and what is the other one called? The Record of a Spaceborne Few, The Cruel Stars, and The Three-Body Problem, which I think the three-body problem is actually it's a physics concept about 3 objects, their orbit around each other, and how that applies to space is like the paths of the Earth and the Moon and the Sun or something to that effect. I'm not a physicist, but I think that although it's not strictly a space term, I think that applies. Some other books that I would suggest if you're participating in the Buzzword-a-thon and you want some suggestions on books that have space words in the title, I would suggest Skyward, or if you've read this, Starsight by Brandon Sanderson, Stars End, The Moon is a Harsh Mistress, The Stars Uncharted. I might also put the second book, the sequel to this, in my pile of possibilities. When the Sky Fell on Splendor, The Space Between Worlds, and The Martian. So those are some ideas for you if you would like to participate as well. So I think that is going to be it for me today. Those are the books that I will be reading in the month of April. I would really be interested to hear the books that you're planning on reading in April, so please just talk to me about that down below. If you've read any of these books, if you loved them, if you hated them, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on those down below as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.